Welcome back to Unit 1, Google Suites. In this video, we will be focusing on Google Sites. Before we do, a quick review. Remember that Google Suites, or the G Suite, is a brand of cloud computing, which allows you to work online either individually or collaboratively with others. To access this software, you can use any mobile device as well as any stationary computer, such as a desktop. We know that Google Suites includes many software applications, and in this video, our application we will be looking at is Google Sites. Google Sites is a creation tool application that allows you to create and edit websites without having to know HTML or CSS. In this unit, we will be working with Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Sites, and Google Email. All of these application platforms are used for specific purposes, and each of the videos in this unit, we will discuss each application's use as well as the steps to explore the software. When you watch each of the videos, we will talk about how to use the software and its purpose and the steps for exploring the features. If there are tidbits that we want you to know, we will include them in the video. But in general, we want you to explore each of the softwares on your own, and it is up to you to find the various skills that you can use to create professional looking documents and sites. All work assigned to you using these applications will be graded on your ability to use a variety of tools that are part of the software. We may tell you what skills we want you to use, but if you want that A, you will have to go above and beyond what we ask you to do. A reminder, remember that Google Drive is a file storage and synchronization service. It is where you can store all of your work. Any type of file can be uploaded to the drive. You can access Google Drive anywhere on any device as long as you have internet service. Google Sites, on the other hand, is an application that we use to create something. So let's go to our drive. So in that case, it is different than Google Drive. Google Drive is a storage unit, and you will find all of your documents stored underneath My Drive. All right, the first thing we need to do in order to create our website is to log in to our drive, and we will use our 9 apps to log in, or our Google apps. And we want to click on Drive. If you have not logged in, it's going to ask you to log in using your username and password for Stillman Valley. All right. When you log in, you may have information already on there, but you definitely should have information from your Drive video. You should have a folder called 2018-2019 school year, which was mandatory. Notice that I went above that and added some color. I added all of my classes that I teach, which was one of the requirements I needed to do. I also added color on these folders. I'm going into my Intro to Computer folder, and I was asked to make sure I put in a Unit 1, which I did, and I added some color. And then I added all of the sites that I'm going to be using: Google Docs, Google Drawings, Google Sheets, Google Sites, Google Slides. The only one I did not add, and I'll do that right now, is I did not add Google Forms. I'm going to do that. I'm going to create my Google Forms. And you notice right now that Google Drive automatically will put your files in alphabetical order. So ascending, so we have docs, drawings, forms, so they're all in alphabetical order. And then I also added some color, as I said. Let's go into Google Sites. because this is where I want to store my Google Sites application website. So I'm in my Drive, and here's Unit 1 Google Sites. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to More, and I want to search for Google Sites. So there's my Google Sites. I'm going to left click on it and select it. And at this time, it is now processing and creating that site for me. The site is still not on the internet. In order for anything to appear on the internet, you must publish it. All right, our professional website is meant to help us create a professional site that will house all of our best work that we experience from our freshman to our senior year in high school. So your professional site, anytime you get an A on something or something that you like, then you want to make sure you put it up on your site so that when it comes time to apply to colleges or universities or tech schools, you will be able to share the link with them and they can actually go in and look at all your work. You can also share this with your parents, your grandparents, your friends. You will also be sharing this with Mr. Legal so he can actually look and see what you are doing on your sites. So you are going to be creating a professional site that will house your work. There are various ways that you can put your information up on your site. You can take pictures using your phone. You can go directly from the Drive. You can download and then upload them to your website. Whatever you do, when you put an image or a document or any kind of work up on your website, always have someone check your site by going in, give them your URL, and have them go in to make sure all of the documents that you are putting up on your site are being displayed. Sometimes if you do not put information up correctly, then Google Sites will protect it and will not display the information. This will not be helpful for colleges and universities if they cannot see your work. So in your best interest, make sure you have someone next to you check to make sure your work is being displayed in the appropriate manner. All right, now without further ado, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to explore this website. We talked about the purpose of this website. This is to create a professional site for you that will be on the internet that you can share with other people in a professional manner. Remember, how you design your site should appeal to bosses, employers, colleges, universities, parents. So you want to make sure that when you're designing the site that you make it professional. All right, so starting on the left-hand side, which is where I always start, notice it says Untitled. If I go down here, it says Enter Site Name, and then here is your page title. So I think I'm going to start with my page title, all right? And I'm going to type in my first and last name, and then followed by portfolio. To make sure this is professional, make sure you capitalize the C or the first letter of your name and the first letter of your last name, as well as portfolio. All right, I've got that in. Now I'm going to go up to my title of my site. And so I'm going to do the same thing here. And I want to make sure, since I'm giving this the site name, I don't want any spaces in here, so I'm going to run all that together. Then I'm going to come down here, and it's going to automatically put it in this section. I can add a logo if I want. You can explore that feature. But here I am in. I'm going to check to make sure everything's spelled correctly, everything's capitalized. Notice that I also get a tool down here that says I can change my image. If I click on the drop down, I can upload an image, or I can select an image for my banner. My header type is a type of banner that I want to be displayed. So notice there are different banners here that you can check off on. And so here's my banner. So now I've explored a little bit of this and taken care of some business. Notice as I go across here, it says all changes are saved in the Drive. That's good. And here's my undo. I have a redo. Here is my preview. I'm going to click on preview. And notice that it's showing me what my website will look like when it goes on the internet. Right now it's not on the internet, it is just being displayed. Down at the bottom, notice that there is an oval black box. If I click on the first image, it says phone. It's going to show me a preview of what my website will look like on the phone. If I click on tablet, it will show me what my site will look like on a tablet. And if I click on the large screen, it's going to show me what it will look like on a desktop. If I notice there's an X here, so that says edit preview. So I'm going to go in, click on it, and notice it takes me back to my preview or my editing mode of my site. I'm going to come up here. Notice there is a link. I can share. There is a drop down here. I can do site analytics. I can duplicate. There's different things you can look at. I can take a tour. Publish. What publish means, I'm going to click on this right now. Once I click on publish, my site is going to be published on the internet. And this means that people now will be able to see it. It says publish to the web. So the first time I go in here, notice it wants a web address. So I am just going to type in Kathy Murphy. Right, maybe I'll just do Kathy Murphy. All right, and you notice here is, it tells me that the great address was already in use. Okay, so let me try one. That seems to be good. Now, if I copy this link, I'm going to select it. I'm going to Control C it to copy it. So I have that in my copy clipboard, and then I'm going to publish this. Notice it is publishing now. Once I click publish, everything that is in this site will be displayed. If I go back in and start adding information and then preview it, it will be there. But unless I actually publish it, anybody viewing my site will not see the new things that I added to my document or my site. So I have to make sure I always click publish. All right. Now we're going to go to the top here. And notice here, I'm going to circle this. There are 3 tabs. All right. These 3 tabs provide you with various types of tools. On the Insert tab, there is a text box. So if I click on text box, notice that it puts in a text box. If I click on some of these tools, I can see some of the options it gives me. I can click on this. I also notice over here, don't forget here, there's a delete section, a duplicate, and there is a section background. So if I click on that, I can click on something. All right, oh, it added something a little bit different into my text box. Notice there are circles here. You always look at those circles and you think, what do? They allow me to move and expand my site. All right, so there we go. Notice it also allows me to add images. I can upload an image or I can select an image. I can embed. So if I click here, I can actually embed a video or embed a game. There's information I can get from my drive. And then I have different layouts that I can use. I'm just clicking on them so you can kind of look. So there's different layouts. This is how you explore a website. You just start clicking on things to find out what they do. You notice also I can add a button, a divider. There is YouTube, calendar, map. I can add docs, slides, sheets, forms, and charts. Right, so now I'm going to go up and I'm going to click on pages. You notice now that I have my home page. The home page is always the page that will be displayed when someone opens up your website. So I'm going to click on my new tab. Remember we copied that URL. I'm going to paste that in, hit enter, and see if now it will pull up my website. Yes, this is how my website looks on the web now. You notice I haven't done much with it, but because I haven't published anything, the only thing that is showing is that which I have published. All right, so how do I add a page? If I go to home, I can go to this little 3-dot section and click on that. And then I can duplicate the page, I can check the properties, I can add a subpage. Well, I really don't want to add a subpage. My goal is to add all the classes that I teach. So if I go down to the bottom and I'm thinking, well, how do I do that? A subpage is a page that will put a page underneath your home. I don't really want to do that. So, but here's a plus. Notice down here it says new page. So I'm going to click on new page and I'm going to type in intro to computers. Click done. And notice that it is now creating that page right here. I can come over here and I can adjust this however I want. If I go back to my page here and click on reload, you notice that nothing comes up. That is because I did not publish my site. So I'm going to click on publish. And now when I go in and reload, I should see my home page and my Intro to Computers page. So I'm going to click here, go and reload. And you notice now here's my home page, my Intro to Computer page, and notice my blue text box. So hopefully that shows you that unless you publish, what you put on your website will not display. Now, let's say I want to create a page underneath unit or Intro to Computers called Unit 1. Well, I don't want to come down here to this plus sign because if I do, let me click on that. We'll call it Unit 1. But you notice that it is not creating a subpage. It is creating another page like my home page, and I don't want that. I don't want another page. I want a subpage. There are two different ways I can take care of this. I can move this inside my Intro to Computer folder, and you notice now I get a drop-down arrow that has my Unit 1 underneath my subpage as a subpage. Now I'm going to delete this. Now it's gone. Another way that I can do to fix this or to add a subpage is I can click on across from the Intro to Computers, I can click on those three dots and I can say add a subpage. And I can type in Unit 1 and click done. And then you notice it automatically puts itself underneath the Unit 1 page. So now I have a regular page and then I have a subpage that falls underneath it. All right, now I'm going to publish this because remember, we have to publish in order for it to appear on my website. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go reload. And you notice now my Intro to Computer has a drop-down arrow that has a Unit 1 page underneath it. So I can click on that and there it is. All right, so I've showed you some basic things. Now the question is, what do themes do? Themes can kind of change the overall look of your website. All right, so let's say I want level. If I click on level, it's going to change how it looks and I can change the color. I can do vision. Again, it's going to change how it looks. So a theme largely changes how your website is going to look. And then once you're done, you will publish it again. And then I'm going to upload, or reload, I should say. And now my website looks a little bit different because of the theme that I chose. What theme you choose is completely up to you. So I'm going to go back to my Google Sites because I have done what I want to do, or at least demonstrated what I wanted to demonstrate for you. Now the next thing for demonstration is how do I get this site how do I get a link so that I can allow others to use it? I'm going to, for this class, we're going to right click, and there is a share option and a get shareable link. Do not use the share feature. We want you to use the get shareable link. So I'm going to click on get shareable link. And what it's doing right now, it's processing. And if yours opens up where it says link sharing off, you're going to need to click on the link sharing button. And then you notice that I can copy that link. Actually, it says it's turned, I have already copied it. And then I'm going to go to the Intro to Computer, Kathy Murphy WordPress.com website. I'm going to access my Intro to Computers page. And then if you notice here, underneath professional websites, I'll scroll up, just scroll down. Underneath professional websites, look for your class, whichever class you're in. You're going to click on the link, and it's going to take you to a professional site, website, doc. And what I want you to do is I want you to scroll through and find your name, and then you are going to select your name. Come on. I'm going to select my name. Come on, I'm trying to get there. Select my name. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down and find my link, which is about the middle of the page. I'm going to click on link. I'm going to paste, Control V, my URL and say apply. Now I should be able to click on my link, and it should take me to my website. If you have done this correctly, you should be able to go in and edit your document. If you did not do it correctly, that means you can't edit your document. It's a little slow here. All right, notice I'm in and I can edit mode and I can edit my document. If you did not do it right and you can't edit, that means you didn't do it right. So that means you have to start the process over again. So whatever you do, all right, we do not want you, I'm going to right click, we do not want you to share. We want you to get the shareable link. Now, after you've done that and you've checked it out and you're in your edit mode, ask someone to your right or left, give them or email them your link and see if they can go in and look at your website. And when they open it up, they should be in a non-edit mode. Now, sometimes people want to share this through Google Classroom. Do not share through Google Classroom. If you do, you will lose all your rights to your site. It will turn those rights over to your teacher. So do not use Google Classroom. You need to go to your Drive and go into your Google Sites folder, right click, get the shareable link, and then you will be able to share it by going and putting it in your Google site here. Just make sure you find your correct class. So when all is said and done, what does a professional website look like? Oops, let me find one. Not that for sure. Here we go. This is our business and technology website. This is a professional site. It's set up very well. All right, it's got images. There is syllabuses. Okay, I have different classes in here. If I click on my Principles of Technology class, it will open up and it's got a page. It talks about why you should take this course. It also has videos on it. All right. And then there's other, if you click on other ones, you can review all of these different classes, and they provide information and videos. You notice also too that I have some sub pages there for chapter 1, chapter 3. These are all applying to Excel. So without further ado, we have finished the video. Thank you for watching. And now it is time to go to Google Classroom and find out what your class activity is for your Google Sites. Thanks for watching.